Hello, my name is Douglas Bloch. Welcome to the Depression Recovery Channel, where each week we talk about practical tools and coping strategies for healing from depression and anxiety. Today is Flashback Friday, a feature in which I republish one of my earlier videos you might not have seen that contains really important coping strategies that will help you attain a better mood. Now here's today's video. The title of today's video is, What Do You Do When You Can't See the End of the Tunnel? But before we start, I have to tell a joke. And by the way, I appreciate all you live chatters. Some of you are listening here. Every Sunday we go on the air and engage in a virtual support group. And people know that I like jokes, and so they've been flooding me with them. And I've been writing them down. And every now and then I use one. This was a great one from somebody in Cincinnati or whatever. Okay. Well, you know, I've been married for a long time, and I'm kind of a, strange person. So when my wife told me to stop acting like a flamingo, I had to put my foot down. All right, well, as I said, the title of today's video is What Do You Do When You're Stuck in the Middle of a Tunnel and Can't See the Light? And this came to me when I was doing one of my favorite activities, riding up Rocky Butte. Way back in 2014, I made a video about how exercise is a wonderful thing for people with depression. And my two videographers, Jerry and Joshin, actually filmed me riding up and down Rocky Butte, which is an extinct volcano in northeast Portland. I go there about once a week when I'm feeling blue. By the time I get to the top, not only am I exhausted, am I breathing, but my mind clears, the fog lifts, and I actually feel like a normal human being. The problem, however, is getting down. And what I did on this particular day is I had to go through a tunnel. Well, there's two ways to get down, the back side, the front side. The guy I was riding with said, we want to go down the front side. I say, no, this is a winding tunnel. I get disoriented in the dark. I'm afraid I'm going to fall off and get run over. Please, please, please. He said, nope, we're going down this way. So I said, okay, under one condition. You go slowly enough so I can see your taillight and I can fall out as a way to get out. Fair enough, he said. So we went down, down, down. We got to the tunnel and he slowed down and I started to follow his light, but then he started to speed up. I said, wait, Thelonious, please slow down. I can't see. And at that moment, the end of the tunnel appeared. I could see the daylight and I said, okay, don't worry, keep on going. I now can find my way out. And as I was emerging from the tunnel, safe and sound, I thought to myself, well, isn't this a metaphor for depression? I mean, what about people who are really depressed like I used to be? You're stuck in the middle of the tunnel. You could say you're lost in the tunnel of depression. And as far as you can see, it's just black. What do you do then? This is exactly what occurred with me when I was in the middle of a really bad depressive episode that I write about in my book, When Going Through Hell, Don't Stop, A Survivor's Guide for Overcoming Anxiety and Clinical Depression. And if I give this whole title of the book, it's because it's the thing I'm most proud of. You can see it on the screen, and hopefully you'll order the ebook because the print book is out of print. Anyway, here I was in this despair, and I went to my counselor, and he said, well, Douglas, I guess you just have to have the faith that at one point things will get better. Well, that was of no help because when a person is in deep depression, it's impossible to hold a positive thought for any period of time. So just telling me to, hang in there was not enough at that point. So what did I do in this situation? What can other people do? Well, the first thing to realize is that when you cannot hold any faith for your future, other people can. They can hold what I call a field of hope. They can believe for you what you can't believe for yourself. This is what a wonderful minister at the Living Enrichment Center named Michael Moran did for me, is he believed in my healing and he held a field for my healing when I could not do so by myself. So you can have someone else do this for you. It could be a family member, a friend, someone in your spiritual community, a psychologist, your therapist, your shrink, anybody who you can get. Maybe it could be a sponsor or somebody from AA or any support group you're in. And what I have found is that holding this field of hope is even stronger, is even more powerful when it's done in community. This is what I learned in my 18 years of running depression support groups, the power of the group field. And this is eventually how I was healed from that depression in 96, 97, when a group of people at the spiritual center came together and held a field for my healing collectively. And sure enough, I eventually did get better. But what if you don't know anybody who can hold that faith for you? I mean, For myself, who's been very fortunate to be blessed with friends and companions, that seems, inconceivable. But many people, especially who write me from this very channel, many of you listeners who make comments, are alone. They have no family. They've been isolated from friends. They've retreated. And there really is no one. And if you're in that situation, I have a resource for you that I think will really be helpful. It's called Silent Unity. It's a 24-hour prayer ministry, operates out of the Midwest. And I got a comment the other day from someone said, I've been praying, but it hasn't been doing any good. I've been going to church. Well, this is a very special type of ministry. It's been going since 1889. The people who run it hold a really high consciousness. And when you call, they will get on the phone with you, the prayer associate. They'll do a beautiful affirmative prayer, seeing you as whole and well even before it happens. They'll leave you with an affirmation. And then they'll send you a letter of support, and they'll keep you in their prayer chapel for 30 days. How do you access this beautiful resource, which is free? You simply call a toll-free number that will appear on your screen. It's actually not toll-free because it only works in the United States. Here's a number you can call from any place in the world, 1-816-969-2000. In addition, you can also call your local crisis line. They were a salvation for me, the Multnomah County Crisis Line here in Portland. And there's also the National Suicide Prevention Helpline, which is open 24/7. That's 800-273-TALK-TALK. So there are people you can get on the phone. There's also depression chat rooms. And of course, there's always my little live chat every Sunday, 12 noon. People call from all around the world, South America, Middle East, lots of people in the UK, and we all get together and support each other. So fortunately, in this day of the internet and of toll-free calling and all these, this mental health awareness, there are resources you can tap into. Here's a second resource I'd like to give you if you're in this state of despair. Okay, so let's imagine you're in this dark, winding tunnel as I was. Just because you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel now, doesn't mean you won't see it when you come around the next bend or the next curve. Now think of this, I do a lot of driving, and I used to drive around the country, across the country, and these 2-lane country roads, there's a solid yellow line right down the middle. Why is that the case? Because when you're on a curvy road, you don't want to pass when you don't have visibility up ahead, because you can go around the curve and another car can come right into you. Well, it's the same way with depression. Now, in this particular case, going around trying to pass a slow car on a windy road, the thing that comes to you, the crash, that's a negative thing. But it also can be positive. There can be an unexpected good that you couldn't imagine that you can see around that corner. So the idea is expect the unexpected and be open to reality that something beneficial might happen, because sometimes it does. One of my favorite songs is a song originally written by Pete Seeger but made famous by the Byrds in the 1960s called Turn, Turn, Turn. And those of you who have heard of it or have heard it may remember, of course, the chorus, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. So right now you might be in a season of darkness. You might be in a season of despair. But just as spring follows winter, your season of darkness will turn into a season of light. So the key is keep moving forward the best you can. Keep slogging ahead. The 23rd Psalm says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. The key word is through. David is walking through that valley. He's not pitching a tent there. He's not renting a condo there. He's not buying a home there. He is walking through to the other side. So if you keep moving through, if you keep slogging ahead, you will find relief. And this is why Winston Churchill, who actually battled depression, by the way, who says depressives can't make great leaders? Look at Abraham Lincoln, right? Saved the Union. Winston Churchill saved Western civilization. Anyway, he battled depression, and he said, when going through hell, keep going. I thought that was so clever, I decided to adopt it to my own title, When Going Through Hell, Don't Stop, and I still say that to myself when I'm having a bad day. This has been Douglas Bloch. I hope you found the information on this Flashback Friday video helpful. If so, please give it a like, as likes draw more and more people to this channel, and hopefully some more subscribers. You can also leave your comments in the comments section or email me, douglasbloch@gmail.com. If you do want to subscribe to this channel, click on my photo in the closing credits. You'll be taken to my subscribe page. And if you click on the bell to the right, you'll be notified every time I do a new video or live chat. And if you want to contribute to this channel and become a patron, simply click on the Patreon image. You'll be taken to my crowdfunding site. And until next video, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Thank you so much.